Researchers from Boston University had developed a bionic pancreas. The device, which improves blood sugar, may revolutionize the way diabetics manage the disease. Unlike other artificial pancreas in development, this one fixes low sugar counts by mimicking what the natural pancreas does. Results of the bionic pancreas were featured this past Sunday in the American Diabetes Association conference in San Francisco. The bionic pancreas is intended for people with type 1 diabetes. And researchers say they have additional studies planned for the near future and expect to receive FDA approval. Joining us to discuss this, Newsmax health editor Nick Tate, deputy editor. Nick, we're seeing more bionic devices, I guess you could say, fair enough. Now, type 1 diabetes is the one that folks are born with here, but this could make a huge change for those people.
Absolutely. Right now, people with type 1 diabetes, their bodies don't produce insulin, so they need to get an injection. They need to stick themselves several times a day to make sure their blood sugar isn't too high, because blood sugar builds up and that causes problems. This does it automatically, so they're two little kind of cell phone-sized devices. It monitors your blood sugar and it gives you the insulin you need when you need it, so you have not too much and not too little.
Yeah, that's good. You talked about the need for insulin. I had a buddy in high school who had type 1 diabetes, and he would constantly have to break out a needle and inject himself with insulin. And a lot of times, people, if you were a manager of a restaurant, some folks would accuse you of doing drugs in the place. And so I saw that's something a lot of type 1 diabetics have had to deal with.
It's true. It's particularly when you think about kids. You think about little kids. This is juvenile diabetes. They refer to it because you're born with it. You think about kids who have to do this all the time. And one of the things that I read in the study, one of the researchers was talking to a 13-year-old kid, and when the study was done, the kid said, "I don't want to give this device back. I really like it better than what I was using before." So it really is a great thing, particularly for children.
And how soon and ready is this going to be available for diabetes?
They do need to jump through some hoops. It's likely to be at least a year or two before they get it on the market. I mean, but what this demonstrates is it demonstrates it's what they call the proof of concept. It's the proof that it works. They tested it in real time in about 52 people, adults and children. So now they'll do a wider test to ensure the safety and the effectiveness of it in a larger group of people, and we expect that it will get FDA regulation if it works as designed in this larger group within a couple of years. So it could be out there pretty quickly.
And we see the logo for Boston University. They were the ones leading the charge on this?
Boston University, Massachusetts General Hospital, right, we're the two working together.
All right, so we also talked about some other devices that were in development similar. Now, why does this one seem to be head and shoulders above the rest?
Well, diabetes is one of those huge epidemics in this country, both type 1 and type 2. So anything that can move us toward addressing those problems, it costs billions of dollars a year in healthcare and obviously affects people's lives to a great degree. It's a great step forward. I would put in the same category as the invention and the use of the artificial heart.
Wow.
I mean, what we're really finding is that some of these medical technologies are doing just what technology should do, which is help us to live better and live healthier, and this is in that category.
Well, we have to wonder what other bionic organs are on the horizon for development now after this.
It's certainly going to open the door to them. I mean, that it can work with the body systems and monitor them in the same way that your own internal organs can, kind of opens the door to other kinds of organ developments.
And we also saw the inclusion of the iPhone and the smartphone devices in this, also a huge part of this technology you can hold in your hand, helping people live better lives in association with our phones and everything we use every day. It's simply amazing.
Steve Jobs was a visionary, was he not?
He was. He talked a lot about the technology in medicine.